welcoming to this episode of Empowered Entrepreneur. My guest today is Nicole Fleming. Hi, Nicole.
Hello, how are we today?
We're doing good. So
Good.
we are really excited to have you on. We're going to do a little case study of a new business of innovation and growth. So why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of information about yourself and then let us know about your business.
Sure, yes, thank you. I appreciate this. So, my name is Nicole Fleming, and I have a bachelor's degree in business with a marketing major and then a master's degree in organizational leadership. And during one of my undergrad classes, we had a guest speaker telling us about resumes and how to go about editing your resume to accustom to a certain job posting. And ever since then, I have just had this deep rooted passion for resumes. I thought the process was so captivating. And so during my master's program, I started doing friends of mine resumes. So zero social media, just strictly word of mouth. And I was really successful with all my friends' resumes. They ended up having interviews and getting the jobs that they wanted. So once I got settled in with my new career, completed all my education, I decided to level up and start my own business of Fleming Resume Development. And it's been a journey, but it's been a lot of fun. And I've definitely been able to reach more people, and yeah, it's been great.
That's so awesome. So you saw that there was a need
Correct.
for
Yes.
your services. And then you started getting referrals, so word of mouth, social proof.
Correct.
And that's when you decided to make that it was a viable idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. The friends that I had that were reaching out, honestly, it was just conversation and them saying, "Oh my gosh, my resume is a mess. But I want to apply for this job." And so I'm like, "Let me help you. This is something that I've learned about and I really, really like." So once I seen that, yes, people are in need, because resumes do they're just boring. They're a lot of work if you want to have a good resume. And, people just see it as something that they don't want to make time for, which I totally understand. So yeah, once I did see that people are in need, and I know what the process that it takes. So yeah, I decided to make it a real deal.
Very cool. And so then the next step in developing a business is creating an offer or a product to sell, correct?
Correct. Yes.
So how did you come up with that process, or what was your process in developing your product or service?
Yeah. So my main thing is that I know that resumes aren't fun to do. They're frustrating, they're aggravating, and since I know what it takes now, once I learned about them, to what it takes to put together a successful resume, and the fact that people don't enjoy doing them, I thought that was a good selling point. I can take that burden off of you and put together a qualifying resume. And so that was the basic general idea of the need for my service. And I took it to social media, and that's it, strictly Facebook and Instagram, more so Facebook, I'd say. And I've definitely been able to see that there is a need. People just don't want to, they'd rather have someone that knows what they're doing do it than themselves.
That's super awesome that you're able to find that niche right away. And I'm trying to think of the question.
That's okay. I need to apologize.
I had it, but I didn't write it down. It was really funny. I thought that I needed to take a nap too. I was like, why do I feel so tired? That's
Oh
kind of
yeah, girl. I'm taking a nap after this.
I'm trying to think. Hold on. I'm going to pause recording. So what would you say your key innovation strategy is for business growth?
I'm gonna have to pause this.
So with your business, we all want to see our businesses grow, right?
Correct.
But I understand that you don't want to become a billion-dollar company.
Correct.
So you want to stay small, but any amount of growth is still growth. So if you're doing one resume a week, that's more than one resume a month, but
Right.
still less than one resume a day.
Right.
So, what process or what strategy do you want to develop to reach a realistic, manageable workload for this business?
Sure. So I definitely think it's important to have a social media presence. And I kind of teeter back and forth between how much content I share because I have a job. I have a regular Monday through Friday traditional job. And I do think balance is important. And that's the only reason I say that I don't want to have like $1 billion company. At least at this point, I suppose I don't know what the future holds, but just maintaining balance between my job and my personal life. I just the social media I know is able to reach people and gain me access to new clients, which I want, of course, but I just the demand I want to be manageable. And so I just kind of teeter back and forth with how much I share on social media because though I do want to reach people and I do want to make people aware of my service and what I do, but I just don't want to get to a point where it's not manageable and I'm not able to produce quality with time, if that makes sense.
Yes, and that's totally what Mariposa Source is about with the balance of work-life harmony. But my question is, how many resumes in the different increments that there is would be just enough? Any more
I
would be unmanageable.
Sure. I wouldn't like to get to a point of doing more than 2 a day because I spend serious quality time when I do a resume. I mean, I literally go from the very beginning of your name and your contact information all the way to your skills, and I thoroughly go through the entire aspect of a resume. So it's something that, like I said, I put quality time in, and having to incorporate that after my work day, I just too it might not sound like much to just like the public eye, but yeah, 2 is plentiful during the work day or the work week anyways.
Yeah, so that's a very clear and specific, like no more than this.
Mhm.
So how would we reach that limit? What would need to happen?
At this point, I feel that I know I'm comfortable with what I have right now with the client base that I have had. I think if I wanted to get to that point, I would have to be more forceful on social media. Probably putting some money behind it on Facebook with ads and boosting the content that I put together. And I feel at some point I probably will get to that point. I've danced around with boosting a couple of the content I've created, but it didn't get far. But since then, I've changed what I share on social media. So I feel at this point, if I were to put some money behind the content that I've been producing, I probably would be able to reach more. But for now, I'm kind of just going with the content that I'm creating with the client base that I have because it has been working. I've gained new clients as of recently. So for now, I'm content with what I'm producing.
So that's really awesome that you brought up putting money behind posts, the paid
Mhm.
advertising, but something that doesn't quite align with your goal of how you don't want to spend so much time marketing
Mhm.
because you want to have a limit of 4 hours a day to do the work.
Mhm.
In order to maintain that work-life balance, I really suggest finding out how much a client costs you to bring on, including your time of
Mhm.
creating content, and then see how the return on investment would be for something on a bigger scale, like a workshop or public speaking with a school or a university.
Mhm.
So how does that resonate with you?
Oh no, I think it's entirely accurate. Because I really have not put together any type of return on investment besides knowing what I have put in to my business and as well as what I've received with the resumes and cover letters. But I mean that I've not at all factored in the amount of hours that I've spent on a resume or cover letter. And there it's not always the same, like how much time I spend on a resume. It really depends if I'm starting from scratch. It depends what type of field, industry, job someone is trying to get. Some jobs are a lot more intricate than others. So it really just depends. But I know that I've not quite factored in the amount of hours and time that I've put into my business.
Yes. So that's part of the entrepreneurial journey, is that you feel like you have to do everything because it's your baby, it's your business, you're putting into it. But you're going to reach a point where you're going to realize that your time is more valuable than the tasks that you need to do. So it's
Mhm.
actually less expensive to hire somebody to do the posts.
Mhm. No, that's true. It's actually something I've been definitely thinking about and considering, because I think I have like a decent grasp on social media, but I know that there are others that are just so swift with it and would be able to put together better content, reach more people. It's something I've definitely been considering as of more recently, because I do want more business. It's unusual, I feel like, to be in a situation where I want business, but I don't want too much business. I feel like most people are like, as entrepreneurs, like all the business, I need all the business. Whereas like, I'm like, no, I I want balance. I want to be able to manage my job, my full-time career, my personal life, and my business. So I feel like it's weird ground, because I do really want to reach people, because I love the service that I offer. I think there is a need for it. And I love being able to take that stress and burden off of people. So, but at this point, I know that social media is really, really impactful. And it's something that I've been considering, is hiring someone or a team to create content for me.
So that this has been a great conversation, Nicole, of how your business started, and we're developing and we're creating smart goals and future plans and already developing the idea of a team. How do you feel?
I think that's exciting, because honestly, when I first started this journey, I've always felt, no way, I will not hire people. Like, I'm a one-man show, because not that I don't trust people to do the work that I do, but I just have so much confidence in the work that I do, that the resumes and cover letters themselves, I want the hands-on, I want to be able to create, but I know that I need to be more open as far as the rest of my business goes, which is the aspect of reaching people, gaining more clients, and being able to reach more people.
Well, this has been a great conversation, Nicole. Is there any final thoughts that you want to give the audience in regards to your business or what you've learned today?
Yeah, this has been great. Thank you again. I've really enjoyed this. I mean, you kind of opened up a whole nother layer for me that I hadn't considered. I really truly hadn't considered genuinely hiring anyone else. I just felt like I could do this on my own. So I think it's really important for anyone to be open to lending a hand or reaching for a hand, because I know that where I'm at personally, I should reach out and get help. And I think that ties in with my business too, with people not feeling confident in their resume. If you're not confident and you really want this certain job or to get into this field, I think it's important to trust someone like me to take over the stress and the burden of creating a resume or cover letter.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And for the listeners, the contact information to get a hold of Nicole for your resume needs will be in the show notes.
Thank you.